So, the stream has started, right? I gotta turn off the sound on this thing. There we go. No, I'm just sitting here. Okay. There's such a long delay. Am I streaming? There we go. Jesus. Okay. It was so weird. I was like watching myself for like 30 seconds. There we go. So let's see if anyone turns up. I should just pause this. So we can talk about WandaVision. And I gotta say, if I'm brutally honest, I'm doing this mostly for the views. So because I asked if people wanted my opinion, and I said, yeah, a good chunk wanted my opinion. So, and I didn't want to write a script for it. If I was gonna do it, on such a short notice, because I literally watched the 2 episodes today on my lunch break. So I thought I would just share my opinion on them, and see what other people's opinions are. Because you can't really trust what people say on Twitter. Because on Twitter it's just, oh my god, it's the greatest thing ever. Me watching WandaVision, and some stupid meme about people dying because they're so excited for the next one. I'm like, can we be a little bit serious here? Can we talk about this like regular adults? Can we talk about this Disney show like regular adults? I don't know. Well, I guess, yeah. So I'm doing this live, but I'm probably gonna like edit it, like slightly edit it, and upload it as a video. For some reason, I'm not sure. The Bees, welcome to the stream. Have you seen WandaVision yet? The first 2 episodes? If so, what was your opinion? Why? Or yes? I don't know. Just wanted to see if any more people turned up here before we start talking about it. You've seen episode 1, okay. They released 2 episodes, which I thought was weird. Since it's only going to be like 6 episodes or 8 episodes or something. So releasing like 2 episodes at once felt... It doesn't feel... It was a bit far-fetched. Sure. To be honest, I liked the concept. Because they really nailed the old-timey sitcom kind of style. Like I Love Lucy, I guess Brady Bunch, even though that wasn't black and white. But it's obvious what they're going for. This is there is not I shouldn't say obvious. But the whole sitcom format is just a facade. There's something going on. We see the things that have color in them and people acting weird. Fred Melamed's wife, or well, in the show, I don't remember names. Fred Melamed was good. Fred Melamed is always good. And I love saying his name. Melamed. But we know there, because we saw it already in the first episode. We saw that someone's watching this in some sort of control room. They're stuck in something, and they've already kind of told us that this is going to tie into the next Doctor Strange movie, the Multiverse of Madness. So we're going to have to guess that they're stuck in some sort of other dimension, and especially since, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I am not a Marvel expert, but Vision died in Infinity War. right? And he did not come back when they re-snapped in Endgame, right? So him being here, and this obviously not just being a one-shot thing, because they've told us it has connections to other movies. Vision can't be real, right? It's all just fake. And I think that's an interesting concept, and I think they've done something fun with it. I mean, especially the first episode, I laughed several times, because I think they really did the concept well. But the underlying mystery, I am like so not interested in. Like, especially since this is obviously going to be, it's just one long story. So if it's 6 or 8 episodes, it's just basically going to be a long movie. It's not going to be like episodic. They do have the episodic things, the situation in the sitcom. The first one being the dinner, second one being the talent show. But that's all just a smokescreen for this thing that's going on in the background. And it just feels like, oh, more. It'll more Marvel, more mystery, more bad guys to fight. Like, can it ever end? Can't they actually save the world sometime and be done with it? That's my big problem with it. But that's been my big problem. Like since the beginning, almost. Like, why do you need 22 movies to tell a story? Let's see, the 95th Phantom. I was waiting for it, but I don't know. Honestly, the one that got me the most excited. What, Oh, hey Laura. Oh, by the way, welcome 95th Phantom to the stream. Hey Laura. I don't think a 50s kind of comedy would work. No, I think a 50s style comedy would work. I mean, once again, I laughed at some of the jokes here, especially in the first episode of WandaVision. But an actual 50s comedy, no. I think like social and political aspects and just like joke writing, joke structure in general is very different now than it was back then. Oh, here we go. 95th Phantom. Honestly, the one that got me the most excited, most out of all the Disney shows. All right. Yeah, out of the ones they've shown, this one looked the most interesting because it was so different. I mean, the fucking Falcon and Winter Soldier show, it's just like a smaller version of a Marvel movie. The Beast, when it did the snap not bring him to the same dimension instead to keep him alive? Powers from a piece of the Thanos stuff got put into WandaVision. I don't remember. Does that happen? I actually don't remember. I watched Endgame like while working this summer, so I didn't pay that much attention to it. Winter Soldier and Falcon and Loki are just meh. Yeah, I mean, why do we need a Loki show? Isn't that character kind of outplayed? Doesn't he die? He dies in the beginning of Infinity War, right? Like, why do they? Okay, do you want my let me actually give my opinion on it. Overall, I liked it. I thought it was well played, especially now I can't remember their names. The Olsen sister. Lady Olsen, and Paul Bettany did great. They did great, and that's one of the few things I really enjoyed with the other Marvel movies. They have good chemistry, and them, especially in the first episode, really played up the 50s kind of style. Even having Elizabeth Olsen, thank you, Elizabeth Olsen, almost talking like she was what's her name? Not Ingrid Bergman, the other one, Elizabeth Taylor, almost. And I like that. Loki's just a prick, honestly. Yeah, I was never a fan of Loki. I mean, I like Tom Hiddleston, but I didn't like Loki as a character. He was fine. I liked that aspect, and I liked all the side characters. Like I said, Fred Melamed, the neighbor Barbara. She's one of my favorite actresses. Now I can't remember her name. I can't remember anyone's name. I want to call her Andrea Savage, but that's not her. Her name is Catherine Hahn from Step Brothers and a bunch of other comedy movies. Oh, okay, and now we can see, I'm looking at IMDb here. It's going to be 9 episodes, and they're about 30 minutes long. So, yeah, it's going to be a 4.5 hour movie that's going to tie into Doctor Strange. And like, we already know what the thing is. We know that there's a mystery, that they're stuck in something. They're being imprisoned in some sort of dimension, or they're stuck in a dimension and people are trying to get them out. Because, we hear messages from radios, and we see people climbing through sewers, and we see time moving very erratically because she becomes pregnant in a second, and we know that there's something that's going to happen, and having to wait several hours. I mean, this is a story that could have been told in a regular Marvel movie length type movie, because the movies are so long anyway. I mean, in 2.5 hours you could have told this story. Now we're gonna have to go double that, like 4.5 hours, well, almost double that. I don't see why, other than the fact that TV seems to be more popular, and people aren't going to the cinemas anymore. So. I'm frustrated because, for once, I actually enjoy. I enjoy the product that they've put out, but I am frustrated because of the stuff that's obviously on the production side of it, that they're obviously just doing to make more money. Yeah, welcome, Camilo Pineda. Remember, they want to make a lot more money. Exactly. The Beast. Are they being imprisoned? It feels like it, because at the end of the first episode, we see the person watching them on a TV in some sort of control room. So I get the feeling that they're stuck in there on purpose, Yeah, I'm looking at chat. It's just very, very delayed. So there's a long delay. To add more of a lineup for their streaming service. Yeah, and that's also a thing. That they just stopped making movies. We're gonna get like. Is there three new Marvel movies in the next like 5 years or something? When they did like six to 10 movies before, and now they're just gonna focus on TV shows. Like even Disney, who like bullied other filmmakers out of the theaters, are now but like, we're just gonna make TV shows now. We ruined cinemas, so now we're gonna make TV shows instead, or streaming shows, and we're gonna drag it out even more. Our movies were so long and so drawn out, but now we're gonna make them even longer, and we're just gonna tell you 30 minutes at a time, stretched out over like 8 to 10 weeks. Remember, they want to make a lot more money. Yeah, exactly. That's what they're doing. They just want to make more money. And it's also, I read an interview somewhere when the Kevin Feige said like, you don't have to watch all of it to follow along. Like, if you just want to watch poor Star Wars, yes, Laura. But I mean, Star Wars has kind of been dead since the early 90s, so I don't know. I mean, movie-wise, it'll always live on in our memories. But I haven't really cared much about Star Wars for a long, long time. Where was I? Right. Like, you don't have to watch everything, but everything's connected now. So, we're gonna have characters from other. I know Kat Dennings, the girl, some girl from Thor, is gonna be in WandaVision, and it's gonna tie in with like I said, Doctor Strange, and it's all becoming this network of interconnectedness even more than before, because before this, the TV shows were part of the same universe, but they were only like tangential. Now the TV shows or streaming shows are part of the face, so to speak. Camilo Pineda. Okay, I'm on my other account. Okay, it's not that Star Wars is dead. It's just that it's not good anymore. Well, yeah. Well, that's kind of the same for me. For me, it's dead. For me, it's dead. I don't care anymore. I haven't really cared for a few years, and I don't care at all anymore. The other one was school account. Oh, okay, sorry. But I was saying, it's also interconnected now that you are going to watch all of it, especially since it's all streaming now. It's all conveniently at the click of a button, and $8 a month. You can watch all of Marvel now. So you don't have to miss anything, and it's kind of becoming as interconnected and not confusing. I don't want to say confusing because that's not fair, but as interconnected as comic books were before they became movies. And that was always the thing I liked with comic book movies, that I could watch one comic book movie and like, oh, yeah, I enjoyed that, and I didn't have to read 18 other comic books to like understand what was going on, because they were their own contained stories. And the MCU thing, you never really had to watch all of the movies, but it definitely helped. But now it feels like it's just becoming a web of interconnecting things. And I know some people love that idea, thinks it's a cool idea, makes it more immersive, makes it feel bigger. A friend of the channel, Christopher, loves that aspect of it, so I'm sure he loves this. But for me, it's just like, that was just like the comics again. I can't follow along. I don't know what's happening, and I'm just not going to care anymore. I guess that's more on me than on the show, or the franchise. It's not really a fault of the franchise. It's just a fault of me not caring. I think Star Wars announced like 12 shows instead of focusing on movies. Yeah, because streaming is the future. I mean, they were talking about that even before the pandemic. So, And Camilo says, but probably they had a lot of good ideas and probably couldn't fit in a normal 2 to 3 hour movie. But that's the thing. Like, do we really need, even if they were movies, let's say they made 12 new Star Wars movies, do we need 12 more Star Wars movies? Like, haven't we had enough? Why don't make something new? Why keep banking on the same thing? Why paint yourself into a corner by only making Star Wars or only making Marvel? Imagine if WandaVision was its own show. Imagine if it was called, I don't know, 2 generic names. I don't know, Linda Jeff. It doesn't make sense, but just listen to me. It was called Linda Jeff. It's about Linda and Jeff. And it's this quirky little 50s kind of sitcom, and they move into this new suburb to whatever city, unknown city, and it's the exact same story. Like what when they're looking at the almanac, like, what are we celebrating today? What do we actually do here for work? It's like, they're stuck in, they don't, it's like a dream almost. They can't remember, like, are we married? I mean, we love each other and we live together, and but what are we doing here? How did we arrive here? And then you have the little things like the helicopter who has color, people climbing out of the sewers. You hear things through the radio, and that way we don't know, because now we know the characters are superheroes. We know the characters are, and their superhero abilities doesn't really play that much into the show, so you don't even need that. Then it could have been a genuine mystery. Now we just know that it has something to do with the multiverse. It has something to do with either this new sword thing or Hydra, because we see the Hydra logo on the watch in episode 2. Everything, like, it's a good idea for a show, them, like, being trapped in a sitcom, basically, and not really knowing about it at first, but slowly figuring it out. That's what I like about the show. I like that concept. But why does it have to be a Marvel show? We have the modern audience has been so conditioned, so groomed to only like the things that they recognize. Sorry, I haven't been reading chat for a while. What's going on here? Reminds me what he was talking about. It's its own show. The Daily Life of Doctor Strange. Well, that would be cool. Doctor Strange, yes. Doctor Strange is kind of hippie madness. I mean, a rug that attacks? Seriously. Lamau, I don't see it like that, but that was funny. Okay. Right. What was I saying? Yes, it has to be. That's my job here. It has to be connected to Marvel. It has to be characters from Marvel. It couldn't just be a cool idea, because that might not sell. So they're hedging their bets and making it part of an already established franchise. And to a certain extent, that it works because it was fun, but there's always that little in the back of your head, like, we know that they can't go exactly where they want with the show because it's part of this bigger network of shows and movies. Chat's so funny, you forgot what he was talking about. Yes, you were really rambling here about rugs and hippies. So yeah, I got distracted, and that's what I don't like. And that's the whole thing with the MCU and these big franchises. Like Guardians of the Galaxy, fun concept, but they didn't have to be part of the Marvel universe. They could have just been. It could have just been a random movie about a random ragtag crew of space pirates, But it has to be part of Marvel. They have to be part of this bigger thing, and the restrictions that come with that. Let's see here. Your description sounds like the movie The Truman Show. Yeah, it is. It feels a lot like Truman Show, especially since it feels like some of the other citizens of this little town, the Fred Melamed's wife and the blonde, the nasty blonde bitch, whatever her name was, Dottie or Doody Booby or whatever it was, I don't remember. They seem to be aware that something's going on, Fun fact, you don't remember what you forget. That's true. Well, maybe sometimes you can recollect. I'm not sure. But that's really... I know I was just rambling on. This is why I didn't want to sit down and write a script for this. I just wanted to get it out of me. Because, like I said, I have other things to do. Yes, Deadpool's immortal and insane. Let's leave him out of this. Right. He's going to be part of the MCU, though. The next Deadpool movie is going to be part of the MCU. They say, it's going to be rated R. Yeah, but it's still going to be part of the MCU. So there's stuff, that he won't be able to do, I think. Like, we're not going to get him shooting the other version of Deadpool in the head, like he did in the end of Deadpool 2. Maybe, but I don't think so. And it's also there's also these limitations then to what all the characters' powers are going to be, because he literally has the power to break the fourth wall. So that's not going to work in like a Thanos sense. He could just take a big pencil eraser and erase Thanos out of existence, That was the big idea we had after we saw Infinity War. Like, oh, in Endgame they should just bring in Deadpool and have him have like a heart-to-heart talk with with Thanos and make him to unsnap everything or whatever, you know. And the same thing with Vision. Like, he's literally like a machine god. And then they have a literal god in Thor. And then you have Thanos, who is stronger than them all. But Captain America is almost strong enough to resist him when they're fighting in the end of Infinity War. It's like, when you have two characters with godlike powers and Wanda who has like reality bending powers, how is anything a threat anymore? Like, these are the kind of things that you always have to have in mind when everything is part of the same franchise. It's a mess. It's a big mess. So yeah, to kind of wrap it up. Yeah, this was a short stream, but to wrap it up, I liked the concept of the show. I don't like the fact that it's part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or whatever they're calling it now, because it's not a cinematic universe anymore. The Marvel Streaming Universe? MSU? We just need Doom Guy to kill Marvel. I've even got a plan and script for it. That would be something. That would be a fun like standalone Marvel movie. They should do more standalone stuff. Like, I would love to see, I think there's like a comic book, like one shot, or maybe it was just its own standalone series called like Deadpool versus the Marvel Universe. Or if it was Punisher versus Marvel Universe. I don't remember. One of those two. When it's just Deadpool or Punisher, I don't remember, killing every other hero basically in in the Marvel Universe. I would love to see that. And that's kind of why I'm enjoying the DC movies more now. They're still not great. But like Aquaman, it was a fun, weird, messy romp, but it didn't actually connect to the bad movies before, you know. And especially Joker, the year after that, was completely its own thing. It was not connected to anything. They just did the movie they wanted to do. And then we're going to get the new Batman movie, which is obviously not going to be connected to the old DC movies, and probably not even to the Joker movie. I mean, I really hope not. Have the characters go out in epic fashion, kill them off. Yeah, and that's what they did with Endgame and Infinity War, but now they're bringing it all back. Yeah, I want more independence in my storytelling. I don't want everything to be connected and by that then restrained by the rules and ideas of other stories. Let creativity flow and not be restrained. That's what I'm feeling here. Like, they have a cool concept, but it's ultimately being shoved into the kind of boring MCU. Yeah, exactly. Wow, this was a big ramble. I'm not going to be able to cut this into some kind of video, so this is just going to be a stream. I don't know. Do you have anything? Any of you have anything else to add about WandaVision? Are you going to continue watching it? Because now we're going to get 7 more episodes over the next 7 weeks. Because I think, I mean, I'm not paying for it. I'll just say that. I'm using my sister's account, so I'm not paying for it. So I might watch the other ones, but I would never pay to watch this. Like, never. Never. This is not something I would pay to watch. So I might check out the other episodes, but I don't think I will. Are you going to check out the rest of the episodes? And if so, are you then going to pay for it? Like, is this something you would pay to watch? Camila Pineda says, I like cheese. Well, I like cheese too, but I like cheese more than WandaVision. Definitely. The Beast says no. You're not gonna continue watching it? Alright. Yeah. That's what I'm feeling. Like, it's now that it's like on a streaming service and it's so ingrained, Camila's gonna continue. I like to watch cheese making videos. Yeah, I like that too. I think the first episode of Tasting History was a cheese making episode. Check that out. That's a good channel. The guy who runs that channel actually used to work for Disney, but now he does YouTube videos. Just to connect it. Where was I? Alright, so Camila, you're gonna keep watching it. Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna judge anyone for that, but I don't think I will keep watching it. Maybe. But that's gonna have to be it. I'm just gonna ramble. Sorry. So it's better we cut it here before it becomes too messy. Thank you for listening to my insane rant. You can start an argument so fast about anything. Well, that's good. Argumentation is good. It's good to have argumentative skills. So don't keep practicing that. Just not here, because we're ending the stream. But thank you to everyone who watched. This was very impromptu, very short. But people turn up, so I'm glad about that. If you're new here, which I don't know if anyone here is new, but if you are new, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the little bell thing, so you're always aware of when we release new videos and live streams and podcasts. And check out our podcast, the Spoilercast, on Spotify and iTunes and Stitcher and iHeartRadio and all that stuff. If you want to listen to me and my sister talk about even more movies, just search for the Spoilercast and you'll find it. And if you really want to support this show, this live stream, this channel, me and my internet endeavors, check out the Patreon page that is linked down here. I don't watch these films. Good stream. Thank you. Check out the Patreon page. And please pledge any amount of money that you deem fair, so that we can keep this dream alive. And you'll also, of course, receive exclusive podcasts and exclusive videos and little goodies like that. But that's going to have to be it. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you... right, I'm still going to work on my video, my new video, my review of the Danish movie Another Round. Please check that out. It's coming out later today or tomorrow. We'll see. The name of the podcast is The Spoilercast, Camilo. Just look it up, especially on Spotify. It's the first thing that comes up if you type in The Spoilercast. And you can listen to it there. So, but yeah. Thank you all for hanging out. Leave a like, subscribe, check out the Patreon page, check out the Spoilercast everywhere there are podcasts, and I'll see you in the next one. But until then, have a good one.